Howdy, everyone.
What's up?
Welcome in for another Pop Force Thursday night. Pop Force 1 Thursday night. Guys, I'm going to say hello to several people as we try to kill some time as we wait for the third member to join. Don't even ask where John is at anymore, guys. If it's within the first 10 minutes of 9 o'clock, just assume that at some point the star of the show will join us, okay? Now, with that being said, I'm going to say hello first and foremost to Christina. Christina, thank you for joining us, and thank you for picking up the lounge fly from us during John's charity stream. We appreciate you. David, hello. Velvet, I hope you're having an amazing evening. I see, Mom. How are you doing? You guys got in here early. I appreciate people that get in early, not people that show up late and eat while I have to watch them eating on the backstage. But you know what? I'm going to let them eat while nope, John, you keep eating. You keep eating, John. I'm going to say hello to all these beautiful people that showed up early tonight. Also, I'd like to say hello to Riley. Thank you for showing up on time. Appreciate you. Pipsqueak, good to see you guys here again. Randy, hello. Hopefully I'm not skipping over anybody. I'm trying not to. But as you can tell by my baggy eyes, I had just woken up from a nap on time for PFO tonight. Holly, I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Jetman, how many months? 22 months. Son of a gun. You know what? Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. All things Gus, hello. David, I'm saying hello again to you, even if I didn't before. Funko News Canada. Josh, I hope you're having an amazing evening as well. Sam, I hope you're having an amazing evening. Also, Susan, William, Vern, all you guys, Barry. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, Monster Pete, get out of here. What did you? I still don't have a clue. Free super. Well, if you don't know how to use the free one, use the one that you pay for. I appreciate you, my friend. Magma, let me shout these two out real quick. Magma, 22 months for you as well. Thank you. My week has gone amazing. Barry, amazing as well. Thank you, my friend. And guys, with that, with no further ado, let me add our special guest of the hour. John, everyone.
I like that. That was fun. That was good.
Dude, listen, I only if you're late can I do that. So I appreciate you being late because that was actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be. So I
wasn't late. I was actually hanging out over on Professor Josh's channel, but nobody else was there. So
well, you were in the wrong spot, and it can happen to the best.
I mean, Vince does send you a link to what StreamYard to go to, and that.
Huh? Weird, right? Weird how that happens.
Crazy.
Norway. Wow, we're almost 3 years. Huh? Try to do anything for 3 years. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Chris, we made it a year, over a year. That's not easy to try to do anything for a year. That's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, how John's week? I'm sure they're still dealing with boxes and that kind of stuff.
All packed, baby.
All packed. Doesn't it feel good?
Shipped, gone.
How did you feel about the charity?
Feels empty around there, doesn't it? Feels kind of.
I don't know. In the garage, it doesn't look that bare to me ever.
There's still a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah,
but yes, it does feel a little bit more empty. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. I'll take the pass this week. I actually, we would still be packing if it wasn't for Teresa. Teresa is a machine, and she actually packed the boxes much quicker than I think Amazon robots do. I don't know how she did it, man. She was cranking them out. She packed 2/3 of the Toys for Tots auction by herself.
Nice.
Yeah, crazy.
So how did it go? How did you feel like it went well? What was your closing thoughts on the charity event for 2024?
It went very well. Like every year, just like you guys, we have things that we take away, things that we want to do differently for next year. I will say the one thing that we are definitely planning on doing for next year is breaking it up into 2 days. Just because if you guys were there, if you know, you know. At 4:30 in the morning, apparently, if you're ever curious on whatnot, that's when the feet people show up, and people started asking for pictures of my feet. So that around that time felt like it was time to go. It was time to end the stream. But we kept trucking till 5:30 in the morning, and then yeah. Dave,
Yeah, I mean,
we're working on it. We do have the final number. Joanna has calculated the final number. Lots of people have been asking. Two hottest questions this week were, where's my package and how much did you guys raise? So we will be making that announcement in an upcoming video.
So,
very nice.
So feet pictures. I'm thinking like 4:30 in the morning is when people get tips for feet pictures. Maybe it's a normal thing, John, on Saturday.
Yeah, maybe that's a thing.
I mean, it could be a thing. We just don't know about it because none of us are up at 4. Oh, sometimes Vince.
I'm actually up at most
so
of the time.
You should check it out, Vince. Next time you get up.
You know, I think I'm going to take a hard pass on that one. I am really not interested in people's feet in the least. I'm not interested in my own feet. I don't even like putting socks on. Do you know what I'm saying?
It was funny because Joanna was trying to be positive when I shouted out the feet person, and Joanna said, "Oh, maybe they're just trying to be really nice. They want to buy you a pair of shoes or socks." And I was like, I don't know. There was a couple kissy face emojis at the end of that sentence. I don't think I don't think there was a family friendly intent there. So
no, I don't know what the intent is, but none of the intent sounds good on that one at all.
But the biggest takeaway is we are extremely grateful. I can say this, we did, which I think we did kind of establish right after the stream, or as we were closing the stream, we did raise more than last year. So that is a huge win in itself. A lot of people, like having the people here in person was an absolute game changer. That was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
We would not have been able to stream as long without them. Huge shout out to Isabel, Joanna's younger sister. For those of you guys who know, she kept us well fed throughout the entire show. That was also huge. It was truly a team effort, and I think it just speaks to how incredible this community is. And now we have the fun part. We're actually going to start shopping this weekend. We also have some other big things happening in regards to this event. The school that we work with is doing, I don't want to spoil it because that'll be in another video, but they're actually doing some bigger and better things to I don't want to say honor, but just like recognize our community and the channel and everything. So yeah, just overall, just like truly blown away. You never know how this is going to go. I told Joanna and I told some other people, I said, I had all these nightmares a couple days leading up to it that we had all these bookmarks, and I promoted the show and did all the vlogs and everything, and that we were going to go live, and everybody forgot and nobody showed up. But yeah, no, it was incredible.
Yeah, they're always they're nerve-wracking. I mean, I totally get it because like I don't get nervous for anything really with YouTube anymore, because not that I don't care, you know what I mean? Like whatever happens, happens. We hope that people just still enjoy and like have a smile on their face. But when it comes to the charity stuff, especially when you put that much energy and promoting that kind of thing, you're always afraid that there's gonna be like 10 people and whatever. So yeah, no, that's good. And it was a fun stream. We got to participate for a while. We're out of town all last weekend, so we tried to pop in as much as possible. I actually had to get up at 5 a.m. that day, and I think right after I got out of the shower, I'm like, I'm gonna see how John and Joanna are doing. And that, like, right as I was about to go in, I got my it said your items or
your receipt.
The receipt, the review or whatever came through. I'm like, no kidding. Wow, they're done. Something must have happened. But yeah, it sounded like everything just went well, and good.
I will say this. This is a stat that I'm very proud of, and it's a record that we shattered. And so I'll share this with everybody. So for May the 4th, earlier in the year, as our big Star Wars show, we had set a record of 69 first-time buyers. For Toys for Tots 2024, we had 100 triple-digit.
That's awesome.
First-time buyers, people that had never bought from us before. So I thought that was a really cool record to be 100 on the dot. So I think that is just a testament to everybody who shared out the stream. Word obviously spread. all the promotion everybody did. So I think that's incredible. Like that's going to be a record I don't think we're going to be able to beat maybe until next year. So
yeah, that's that. It just kind of, it's a testament of, especially like with the YouTube channel and stuff. That like many people, you guys got a good, got a huge following on whatnot as well. But it's a testament to people coming out and like coming together for a good cause. So
yeah,
kudos, my
thank you.
friend. Kudos. I'm glad
And
that
actually, kudos to this community, because
yes,
we don't know if it was directly because of the auction, and we don't know where this is going, and we don't know what's going to happen. And I can't say what they said to us yet, but Funko themselves actually has been messaging us. So I don't know.
It's about darn time.
It's about dang time, right? So I don't know if that was the catalyst. I feel like that might have been the catalyst for them to be like, what's going on? But yeah, it's definitely this auction, the collaboration with all the other content creators and all the other people that we interacted with, you guys here in the community, it turned some heads. And yeah, I'm very excited for the future. So, and I saw this was a big question too. We did have about 180 items left. So those have already been tagged and put away for next year's show. So if you guys send us an item for the intent of Toys for Tots, it will be auctioned off for 2025 for charity.
Nice. And it's crazy to think, like, I don't think any, especially only 3 of us. There's 3 of us that are working, and we work with a lot of other people, and we have a great community. And it's crazy to think we probably raised $40,000 to $50,000 between the 3 of us for charities. I mean, in 1 year, and we kept growing and growing each year too. So it's been amazing, the community support around this, but also to know, Vince, yours is usually what, May? I think May, because it's right around, I know, our birthdays, and that's what I was thinking, May. I do February and August, September-ish time, like the beginning of school, and then the beginning, the February time, and then John does Toy for Tots. It's crazy to think like how much we've raised just between us, the 3 of us in our great community, our great PFO community, our great YouTube community, great whatnot community, all those people together, and then all the companies and people that have supported us, like that are super cheerleaders all along. I think that means so much, and I think I would love like Funko to take notice. Like, hey, hopefully they do take notice that we're doing pops for purpose kind of thing. We're making it happen ourselves, and hopefully we see other community people that want to join in the community and help. And everyone has their different causes they support for different reasons, and I think that's another thing too. Like, each of us support different charities because we have different things that are close to us, and things that we believe in, and things that we want to make happen, and then other people around us support those and kind of have those happen. So I can't wait for us to do our next one. Our next one is February. Already thinking about it. I already started talking about it, and I was trying to get with the foundation to find out what we need to get to finalize our scholarship to 10,000. Because once we reach 10,000, it becomes 20,000 instead for the endowment for the future teacher scholarship in my mom's name. So it's crazy to think that we can keep, like, my dad's endowment is $30,000 now. That's what, and most of that, a good, at least 2/3 of that, if not more, was raised from you guys over the last couple of years. Our community. And that means a scholarship for like 2 students every year forever. 2 students get scholarships now from that for every year forever. And then another one will be a future teacher get a scholarship every year because of what you guys do in the community you make. So you're touching people's lives you don't know about. Toys for Tots touches a lot of people's lives. That my mom's a teacher and she has students. I'll get nothing. That she talked to them.
Oh yeah.
And she knows. She's like, yeah, my mom will give me clothes for Christmas. you know, because that's it, yeah, I mean, clothes are necessary and it's a gift and you can give that, but that's what the kid's going to get. You know, she does like angel trees that I guess, what are the angel trees, I think, and different things like that, like where you pick a name and they write down their lists and similar kind of situations where, you know, you don't know home life for a lot of kids and stuff. So it's good.
Yeah. I just need to address something for legal purposes in the chat. Teresa has posted a comment that is not true. She has not been forced to do anything against her will. I know.
I mean, I don't believe it, but yeah, you could say that.
Somebody will screenshot it and use it against us somehow and say that Slapshots makes people cook and clean and pack all their boxes. That is not the case. I don't know how many times we told Teresa to sit down, chill out, relax, have a snack, take a break, watch some TV, stop packing.
Get those packages done or else.
Yeah, just for the record, just need to put that out there. But yeah,
real quick, Vern, thank you, my friend. And also, I missed another one. Who else did it? Oh, Brian.
Yep.
And thank you, my friend. Appreciate you guys. And yes, we are very awesome. I totally agree with you on that one.
And actually,
be shameless.
Speaking of Cross Saved, himself and the Just Poppin' In crew, they have a big show on the
right around the corner
in about 3 weeks as well. So
December 14th. If I guys, I'm pulling that data. I
no,
think
that's
I'm
great.
right.
No, you got it. And that's another very special stream. It's going to be half on Cross Saved, half on 88 Hoverboard. So hopefully you guys can go bookmark those shows and help them raise some money for a great cause with St. Jude's. So.
Yeah, it's a fun time of year. We're planning some stuff for December. Actually, yeah, me and Bria are planning some stuff for December, but for the opposite direction. We are actually going to give back to the community a little bit. So we'll make that announcement in
I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you were going to
No, like we're not asking for anything.
We're going to come and take things away from you.
We are not taking anything from anybody for a couple more months.
We're going to drive over to Brian's house and take his collection.
We are going to Grinch it up.
It's the Grinch.
We are going to Grinch that thing up. No, actually, you know, believe it or not, a lot of people, we've already opened up several boxes, which I can't believe. And I don't know if it's just spring cleaning or what the deal is, but like we've already opened up several boxes for May, and we've got other people that have already been reaching out. So, you know, to sum up, it is an amazing community that, you know, we've helped our tight-knit, like I call her tight-knit group here. But then we have an extended group on Whatnot, and we have an extended group that join us on YouTube almost every single week, or every single video, a lot of people. So, you know, we just, you know, it's a good time. Yes, a lot of people give, but it's a good time to thank you guys as well. And, you know, we do it throughout the years, you know, thanking everybody for kind of helping that stuff being a success. But, you know, just say it one more time. But that, you know, I love it. I love to hear that everything went well. Looking forward to Professor Josh's and all the other stuff coming up through the year. Now, guys, as far as collectibles, did anybody pick anything up this week? Anything that we are excited about? I have some slides and that kind of thing. There wasn't anything like crazy. You know,
I think we needed a little bit of a slower week because I think this.
John, that's what I was going to say. There was nothing like real scandalous that went on this week for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, we could start. Do we want to start with Thrill Joy real quick?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because listen,
Thrill stuff?
Yeah, let's just get into that for a second because they actually
did something. The hippo, right?
Yeah, they did something kind of cool too. So you know, we could talk about that for a second as well. But you know, I know Josh said it the other day. You got all your orders are now currently shipped, correct?
At least, well, I got order should be coming in tomorrow. The other ones I haven't checked again. They're just pending. The label has been created. So I hope they ship. So that's great. I think they're moving along with it. Hopefully they got more people helping them. Hopefully they realize we need to get more people packing these boxes. We need to get these out the door. We need to get them into collectors because, I mean, they just dropped something else. We can talk about that probably in a few. But, you know, like that idea is like you can't keep dropping stuff if people aren't getting in their stuff. Like that community is going to be like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy anything. I will say the craziest thing was for me was I ordered 2 Beetlejuice on that first week from Box Lunch. I got the BOGO 51 buy one get one 50% off deal. I had some Box Lunch money. I think I got 2 Beetlejuices for $63, which is a steal ship to me. And they were on pre-order for like December. So I don't think they were even supposed to launch in stores till December 3rd or something like that. I already got them delivered yesterday.
Really?
So, like, they were there before like any New York Comic Con stuff and things. I kind of found that funny, but that's great. They were shipped together. They're still sealed in the case. I was wondering if they were taking them out of their like boxes. They don't take them out of the boxes. Or I heard in the stores they're taking out of the boxes and kind of displaying out there. So I don't know. But it's
Kind of
like,
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. It's kind of
no,
like
people need to see it and know what it is. I think you don't know, but I think also a lot of people won't even know what this company is. Like they're gonna see them in the store and be like, "What is that? What company is that?"
I mean,
we just know because we know we're in.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what it is too. Like we're in this bubble of collecting that, most of the people that are in the chat tonight, most of the people that are following, Instagram accounts and that kind of thing, you know what Thrill Joy is. Most people know it's a brand new thing that, people are not going to know anything about. My first order was finally shipped. I believe it's in, David, I seen that yours was in limbo. Mine was actually in limbo for a while too, because it's shipping. Listen, and I don't know where David's at, but being over in Michigan, it looked like it shipped from San Diego, and it took a while. I'm not getting it until I think Tuesday, but that I was fine with that. I didn't really have an issue with it taking as long as it did. I didn't really care, but they did actually finally ship the second order that I placed probably a week after the drop. So that's on its way as well. I'm looking forward to getting them in hand. I mean, I want to take a look at it. And like I said, I thought it was kind of cool with what they did, because I praised Funko for doing this. It's cool to see somebody else kind of jump on top of it. They're doing a 48-hour timed release. So on the sticker here, or their label, or whatever we call it, the seal, it says a 48-hour release or whatever it's going to be. They're not going to maybe put a number on there, and then you're going to have a chase of that as well. I like that. I'd like to see the company put the number though on what they.
I wonder if on the card, I put a comment. I don't think they reply back to my comments anymore, or reply back to me.
Yeah, they're done with you.
Ignore me now. But I did reply. I replied on that, and I said, "Hey, I see 48-hour release. That's really awesome." I praise them. Like, hey, you're raising money for a cause. Proceeds are going back to something as a new company. That's pretty crazy to do, like right away. And I just said, hey, will the number be on the card inside, like the individual number? Because I don't like the chases don't have that either.
Right.
The chases don't have the number, so I don't know if there's example, like if one is 6,000, is there only 5,000 commons and 1,000 chases, or is there 6,000 commons and then whatever the 1,200 chases don't have numbers, they just have chase on them? That's the only thing I don't like. I think I mean, I got my stuff coming. I'm glad what they did. That's all I really wanted, is for them to come out with it, like be public with it. Don't be all sunshine in that, like show, hey, we're having difficulty. Great thing about it, might talk about this in a little bit. Drop has been awesome on communicating when things are like delayed or have issues, or
I do have
they want to make things right. I think they've been doing an awesome job with that, and I think that's something hopefully Thrilljoy takes to heart. Like, it still never went anywhere. I never got an email too. Like, I saw people got emails about like your next order. I don't know, your next order, they're gonna like give you free shipping or something.
You didn't get from Thrilljoy?
I never got it.
I got one. Josh,
I didn't get it. I searched my spam. I searched everything.
Professor Josh is Thrilljoy enemy number one. He is.
Yeah, I think so. I
mean, and I'm not. I like, really, all I wanted was answers, and people wanted answers. I like, that's all I asked for in a company, is like, be straightforward. Because that was my problem. Like, I kind of got sick of seeing like all the yes, great, and not, hey, we're having, you know what? I would have been totally cool if at the beginning everything was pre-order. And I wouldn't have questioned anything. I think that would have been the smart thing for them to do. If you don't have stock in your warehouse, it's called a pre-order. And Box Lunch did it. They didn't have their stock from Thrilljoy in. They called it a pre-order. I didn't think twice about it. Like, that was the number on the thing. And I think, I think if you see, if they did that, and they're doing on everything else they've launched so far. Have you noticed that? Everything else has been pre-order.
Yeah.
So far. So I hope they learn from that and it goes well. I have several things that are coming in. So I want the company to do successful. I want my things to go up in value. I want, I want to hopefully pull a Chase or a 24 piece or something like that. Like I don't.
You want another 24 piece?
Yeah, he's getting greedy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is getting out of hand.
The Skeletor one just to show Vince and be like, look at this.
Son of a biscuit. How dare you say that, Josh?
Josh,
Is this your evil origin story beginning today?
With
that being said, Jet, like I know you got Transformer NFTs coming, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't make a big deal about that, right?
No, because they
were transparent. And they're building the company, and listen, they're a new company. They're gonna figure some of this out. They were basing. I watch many of things with Brian Mariotti.
Yeah,
he wants it to be like collector driven. They want to have like a council of the collectors, and hopefully they kind of do some of that stuff at some point. And I understand they're getting kind of into this, but transparency is always going to be king. And I think that how do they not know that? But at the same time, how do they not know that? But how do you go 4 weeks before you say anything? Again, if they would have said something a little bit earlier, I think it would have squashed a lot of things. People still won't be happy because there are people that are just not patient. And even when they saw 2 to 4 weeks, like that wasn't good enough, even though they were, they were very upfront with that.
It took 2 to 4 weeks, meaning they had to get back from New York Comic Con.
I thought the same thing.
Shipping stuff out. They wanted to give themselves a little time. We didn't get our merchandise through customs yet. And that's what he pretty much said in his like post. And I don't know why they didn't post that as a blog on their site from him. Since he is their leader of their company, I think that would have been great to see, not on a Twitter post, but from actually nowhere. They put the copy of it in their story. Stories go away in 24 hours. But it would have been great for them to actually post it as a post on their blog. I think, that's transparency to me. Or send an email out to every person because unless you followed diss trackers and followed whoever else that posted it, that's the only reason it got spread. Like, I probably would have missed it. I'm on X or Twitter or formerly Twitter, X, whatever, but I probably would have missed it. It probably wouldn't have popped up unless someone else spread it. I wouldn't even seen it. Never got an email, with the same statement. Never saw a blog post, and that just kind of looks bad on a company. Like, you're kind of still hiding it, and I don't think that's good. Hopefully, like I said, they learned a lot from it. Hopefully, this release, I'm curious about how many actually like fully sell on this release. It's not something I'm into.
I was going to say, with that being said, you ordered 3 of these, correct?
No, actually, I like it. This is like too almost niche. Like, it's not like something I'm into. I think it's going to a cool cause. I think that's great, but for me, it's not something I'm like. I don't. Think
I didn't realize that they're donating a portion of the proceeds. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's what I said. I said that on their thing. I said that's great, and I just I actually questioned their Beetlejuice. I reached out to them because I want to do a video on my unboxing. I want to have a statement. I want to talk about how their chases work. Like, is it 6,000 commons because you have 6,000 on there, or is there actually 1,000 chases part of that comment? I want to know that so I can talk about that in the video. And I haven't been reached back out to, but I don't have Brian Mariotti's phone number to call and hang out with. So.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'll be honest. I wish that, I love this figure. I wish it was just a figure, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's
because it is so niche. Like, and it's cool that they make niche things. It's just, I think
Funko missed it. I thought they would get on this before them.
Yeah,
I thought Funko would have one for pre-order.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
So I see Eddie Funko's in the chat. Yeah, we're reading the chat. I'm looking at everybody.
I'll be honest. I sometimes I space out. I probably was not.
I did want to make it just a comment to Vern's comment. He said people are definitely not patient. Yeah, people are definitely not patient. Especially people who I feel like if they haven't bought a lot of things from a certain platform or website before. Like I know for us, like just this past weekend, like Monday morning rolled around, people were like, we had several people message us Monday afternoon. They're like, "Hey, I haven't seen any movement on my shipment. Like, what's going on?" And I know Joanna did the same thing. We wrote back to them right away. We were like, "It's either shipping out today, tomorrow, as quickly as possible, or it's already been shipped."
I guess too that comes from our expectation. Like when we're required to send things out in so many business days, or we could potentially get strikes on our account and things like that. You know, like we have to do this no matter if we sell 5 items or 200 items or 1,000 items. We need, work to get things out, and people understand for the most part. Some people don't, and I think I'm understanding if up front I know it's a pre-order and it's not supposed to come to December. I don't care. And then if it comes to near December and they know, great example, drop, like you said, the Transformers, they got them in and they're damaged. They did not want to send these out. And this is their second message. They say they're about to arrive. We hope to, get these out to everyone in December. They're supposed to come, about 2 months ago. They probably had to remake a good majority of them. And they don't want to send some out and not others. I think they all want to send them all at once. I think
that was the weird thing about like the Battle Mech Freddy, because that's in here as well. And I seen some people get them already, but
some people have it. Yeah,
I know some people. I haven't got mine.
But I wonder if they started opening them and noticed they were damp because they're in the sorters. So I wonder if
did they come in a sorter? Is that how they? I don't even know.
I'm guessing they would come in some kind of like most of the Funko.
Like the Funko Shop ones used to come in the boxes, like in the boxes, and
I'm
the tenants would come in a box.
I'm guessing it would be at least in some kind of big sorter, and then inside a box to protect it. And also, it's a small number, so $4.99. I know it says we expect these to ship in December. They'll order $4.99. Then who knows how many. I think the weird one is Star Wars to me. I think it's a lot to do with like one.
I feel like it's the size of the boxes is
but
probably
size of the box throws all their shipping materials off. But also, I find the larger boxes, like 6 inches, are actually more susceptible to damage too in the shipping process compared to a regular pop as well too. So who knows if they had any kind of issues with that originally, or just like you said, they're weird shapes. So I know I got several of them.
Credit to Drop for doing this by breaking down like each series that they have
early
and everything like that. Just adds more transparency.
Yeah,
that just makes people more confident in the NFT process.
It's really all that we're looking for, because they've been doing such a good job shipping them out. Like I really like the changes that they've made over the last year, shipping stuff in the hard stack when you need to. There's still a couple things that I'd love to see them do, and we'll since we're on the NFT talk, we'll just go into the next slide I'm going to have, because I wanted to point something out on that one as well. But they've done so many positive things, and I really love the direction that they're going with all this stuff, even with some of the drops. Maybe not selling all the way out and doing that kind of thing. I feel like they've done a pretty good job with the NFT pops and putting out stuff that people want. And I'm okay with some of these that don't sell out, to be honest. But what I would really love, and I'll just kind of show it with this over here. So, they burned 16,000 packs out of the 36,000. So they only sold 20,000.
34% of cards. Cards burned, I think.
Isn't it more than that?
Did you just do that math?
34. I think I saw the math based on card numbers. Because if you times it times, 5, I think it's 34% or something around that.
Yeah, you might be right, because it depends on how many premium versus the standard.
Yeah.
But So, I'm going to give rough numbers. Let's say it was around, 60%, or if it's 40, yeah, like you said, if they burn 36%, that would, roughly 60% would be left. So, like for that Franny, for example, the Franny was going to be, what was that, 2,300, if I'm remembering?
Oh, it's going to be like
You're going to be closer to like 1,000 piece.
yeah, it's going to be 1,000 to 1,200.
That's
it, because royalties still already take almost 1,000 hit when they don't
because
sell.
they're right, because people I still don't think are 100% up, or they forget to add one or two cards before their redemption date.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Like I don't want to spend $60 more on epics to get the next cards, or even 40 30 40 sometimes only.
Yeah, and I think with this one especially, like this is our first licensed Franny that's going to be like a 1,000 to 1,200 piece Franny, and right now, I mean, as we sit right now, it's less than $60. I think if you had to buy every single card, if you did not participate on the drop at all for the packs, it's still pretty low to have to pick that up. So
I think this is by far going to be the most valuable Franny a couple years from now. I mean, we don't know what other Frannies are going to drop, but if they stopped Franny today and all we had was the roller driving, the stewardess, and now Poison Ivy, I think Poison Ivy by far is going to be worth.
Well, then think of it. It's probably 1/3 of what's the lowest run Franny.
Don't forget the Funame one.
1,500.
No, that's right. The Funame one too. I forgot about that one. Yeah. The ones. Yeah, 1,500 was the San Diego Comic-Con one.
Right, and this one's going to be lower, and it's a licensed character. Yeah, I agree with you.
I still hate. I really want them to update the stickers. I really do. Like the numbers.
So that's exactly why I came to this slide next, is because of all the great things that I've seen them do. The sticker thing is still my biggest bugaboo. Like in every video when we pull an NFT, like I have to go check and see. Like we just pulled that Freddy the other day that says 2,300 piece, or it was a 2,000 piece, but in reality it was only a 1,500 piece, or it might have been a 3,000 piece that was actually only a 1,500 piece. And to have to try to explain that every time, if they could just figure that out, like we almost have, I don't want to say perfection because there's always room for improvement, but it would be so close to just, because this is going to be, and I think that this probably started maybe a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago now. This is our limited stuff, guys. I'm not sure if we're going to get, and yes, we got the con stuff that we'll get those limited runs every once in a while, but the regular releases are just, they're not protected enough of not restocking anymore. Funko Shop drops used to feel a little bit special. They don't as much anymore because they came out and basically said they're just going to restock it as long as they're selling. So this is going to be our gateway for, a mass majority of our limited pieces. So if they could just get that sticker corrected, it's going to make it feel so much better.
I mean, Josh, before this Joker.
Before you jump in really quick, Richard Hertz actually just dropped an amazing comment here in the chat. Said, "Hey friends, this is my first time on PFO. Heard about this from Vince. Thank you for everything you do, Vince. Your channel helped me heal when I was in the hospital. Can't thank you enough." Look at that.
Well, Richard, hopefully you're not hurt anymore.
But that's incredible feedback. Thank you, Richard. And we're happy that Vince's content could get you through a tough time, and we hope this is the first of many PFO live streams that you get to watch. Anyway, sorry, Josh.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, a great example of this Joker is going to be like between a 600 and 700 piece Joker.
Right.
Too. I mean, how many 600, 700 piece Jokers are there out there? And it looks really good.
None.
I think it looks excellent. I think the glam shots actually don't do a lot of these pops justice. A great example is, I know a lot of people weren't super hyped about like the Ultimate Freddy that was that came out for the Funame group, the royalty for that one. Like it wasn't the most sought after one. The metallic on that looks amazing. Like the paint job they did is so good. I think a lot of these, like, actually, when you get them in hand, they look so much better. Another example is that Balloon Proto. Like the Balloon Proto, everyone was kind of like, I think for the April Fool's series too. But now you see it in hand, it looks really like a balloon. It's kind of translucent. and everything like that. They've done such a good job with the quality on, I think, a lot of these pops that have come from the NFT line. I think that's one thing they haven't kind of foregoed. It's really interesting. They're doing a lot of these with the background. Now we're seeing Sunny in Philadelphia with kind of a background type thing as well too.
Yeah,
So
I feel like they're
really,
almost trying to give you that what
a
are the new
moment.
ones
Like a
called?
deluxe kind of thing.
The ultra, what are they calling?
Oh,
They're calling it
the Pops Plus.
Plus. I feel like they're doing that. I don't know if I want all of them to have
But
these
this,
background
but
drops
this
in it.
Charlie Day meme though is so good. Like
I remember
I
this
might,
episode.
I might need that one.
Yeah, I remember this episode.
I used that meme like 2 days ago. Like,
This has to be a small run coming up too. Like with
nah.
It's Sunny. It's interesting that I actually thought maybe the Freddy one might come earlier, just because the Winter Railroad one, just because then people would get it. But it must be coming pretty early, still in December. I'm thinking 2 weeks later is not that long.
Yeah, because this is what not next week, but the week after Thanksgiving, correct?
Yeah, this is on. Is it on the 3rd?
I think it was the 3rd. I'm almost positive December 3rd.
So the 17th will probably be the other one.
Yeah, the week before Christmas. I mean, it's a perfect. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. And no, I don't think this will be a big drop. I think they'll definitely knock the numbers down. I mean, I was surprised. I was not surprised that Batman did not sell out. I mean, I was not surprised at all.
Many.
I think it was a little bit surprised how many. I thought, but you know, when me and Brie were actually, when we did the video, when we were actually looking through each one of the redeemables and looking at them a little bit, you know, they weren't. I guess they probably weren't as exciting as maybe they could have been or whatever. But I thought they were good. I mean, we still bought enough where we did a video on it. So,
I mean, I think with this villains line, I'm really actually I'm not surprised already seeing how fast the Two-Face has jumped up to over 20. I think now. I was thinking it's going to be a $20 to $30, ultra, which is rare to see compared to a lot of the others. But Two-Face is such a well done character in this lineup. It's better than a couple of the legendaries, I feel. I think you're gonna I think on our videos we both talked about Professor Pig just being the first time character, which is cool. I love when they do that. And then of course Joker, I mean, being the Grail, that's going to be super sought after. It's already going for 200 plus. I could see it keep raising depending on how many more are pulled.
Josh, I feel like you're really pushing the value of the Grail for some reason.
It's a Joker. I mean, look how crazy people
I'm just
go
saying.
for so many of the other Jokers, and they're not even as limited as this is going to be. It'll be really interesting to see how this one goes compared to, like, I think like the line before Beetlejuice, like that Grail, it's going to stay probably around that $100, $120 mark.
Yeah.
Where I think this Grail is going to be sought after by a lot of people. So the market's going to get smaller and smaller.
I feel like you're speaking to me, Josh. I am sodding all over this Joker over here. I need to sod after it pretty good.
But I think they've been doing a good job with numbers. I think they've been playing around with numbers more and more, and I think they're getting a little better on fine-tuning the numbers. I think that's really good for them, and I think it's good to mix in like really weird. I mean, example, Daria wasn't like the most sought after thing out there, right?
No, it wasn't.
Pretty low and things like that. But you know what? It's a great different line to throw in. I don't think every line has to be the biggest hit out there. Like it doesn't have to be the Turtles. Turtles packs are what, $55 to $60 right now for premium. And somebody got really lucky, I heard, on a pack. I heard someone.
Who?
I don't know.
Handsome chat?
But
they look super tired. Maybe on the screen right now.
I kind of disagree with that. I don't think the NFTs should be focusing on niche lines. I think they actually should be focusing on the more popular themes, but with those drops that are focused on the bigger themes, then you focus on characters that haven't been made before, or you give us really cool different variants of those popular characters. Like, I think that's what draws people in. I don't know. I can't venture to say like how many people got hooked on NFTs because of Daria. Like, people are going to get hooked on NFTs because it's behind a wall where there's challenges to get the items, and if you have a popular character, that's going to draw in more people. So I think that
No, I
think reverse of that strategy. But
no, no, I'm not saying like all of them. I think it's good to mix those in though. and
Yeah,
not
some of the
have
big
everyone
IPs
a
with
big huge drop. Like, you can't do Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, Turtles, whatever every week, like, or every 2 weeks, or whatever they're gonna do, like 2 a month, and then a Freddy Funko drop, and then this. Like, you're gonna burn people out, but also I think it's good to mix because, like, it's sunny in Philadelphia. I don't need any of those, so I probably won't even go after that drop. I won't even probably buy
no,
any packs, like,
no,
because
I
I
wouldn't
don't
either.
really want any of those like pops. And if I do, I might buy some on the aftermarket. I don't want to take my odds and chances. Like, I don't feel like whatever the Grail is going to be. I don't know what the Grail is going to be, if it's going to be a Freddy Grail or not. But I'm just like, I probably not a line I need. I'd rather spend my money on maybe one that I'm still going after, or something else in the past, or the Freddy one that's going to come out, maybe with a train or whatever we taled about. We guesstimated like
I hope
last
it's
week.
a train, and give me that train. You think what will we see? Will we see something next tomorrow?
It's
Did
sunny tomorrow.
they'll
It's
show
sunny
all the
released. It released on their website as a banner, and the link is broken. So a web developer was going on early Christmas or early Thanksgiving break, I think, and put the web banner up. And because they usually release on Fridays, so it should
that's
release
that's what
tomorrow.
it was weird that we saw the
weeks
one that they showed.
Yeah, because they released a banner right above 85th Batman banner earlier this week. Like,
I also think they shouldn't do more than 2 drops a month, no matter
I agree
what
with
the
that.
IPs are, how popular it is, and
that's it.
But I understand they need to, like Alex brings up a good point. He says, there's contracts with these IPs now that they have to release certain NFTs or exclusives, and there definitely is. They're definitely contractually obligated with all these licensees to produce their characters on a certain schedule. But I think overall they're doing good with the NFTs. I thought of this the other day, and I don't know if they could take it and run with it because it wouldn't cost them anything, but I personally think that they have a really cool opportunity because Funko doesn't really seem to be interested in doing it, but they could do it through the NFTs, and maybe nobody would care, but at the end of the day, it would be like free money for them, is if they created like their own characters that they could drop through the NFTs. And maybe, because how like with the Funko Ween drop, they do the Freddies, and they just did Franny and Proto as all these non-licensed characters. Like, what if they did like a Halloween drop where it was just like all these fun Halloween characters, like
Fantastic line, like
similar to like the Fantastic Plastic line.
Fantastic
Similar to that, but make them only sell a few packs. Like those, I think if they did that, then you could get away with dropping like 3 NFT drops a month, because you do 2 licensed and then 1 or like truly original line. And that's going to bring in different people, because they might say like, hey, I don't care about Star Trek or Marvel this month, but I kind of like the way that weird candy corn dentist looks, or like there could be like some really fun.
You know the only problem, and I'm going to play devil's advocate because I feel like I haven't done that in a while. I feel like I haven't been able to
on the same page way too much. Like, let's
right. What are we agreeing so much for?
I don't even look at that. You got an olive green, I'm bright green. Like, we need to.
Yeah, right. I'm old. You're young. You're handsome. I'm whatever. Over here.
No, let's not go there.
Okay, let's not. We're getting carried away.
No feet pics for you.
I wasn't going to ask. Well, okay. That could go down a weird place. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to shut my mouth on that one. Yeah. The only issue I think with like what you're talking about, is stuff that like Funko collectors in general. I think we like, if you're really into, you really like those, like candy corn. So the candy corn, I love that guy. Like, it's one of my favorite Halloween pops of all time. But I like the spastic plastic. Fantastic Plastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
we know what you're
Plastic,
talking
right?
about.
They
Yeah.
changed
Okay.
their name. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So I like that stuff. Now, people that buy NFTs, I don't know if they would buy into that. Like, I feel like it might not do good at all.
But what if it was super limited? What if there was like
I know
5,000 packs and like they were, royalties
Well,
like
April
500
Fool.
pieces? Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
but April Fools
and
is
Mason-
still.
And Mason brought that up just now. He said he thinks April Fools was the closest they've done to this, and I agree. I'm just saying, but how many people really enjoyed the April Fool drop? A lot of people, and it could give people an opportunity to get. Just going back to your point, Vince, about getting really limited piece pops, because if they don't have to pay the licensee the fees for that IP, it's their own thing. So whatever they sell is just pure gravy. They just have to pay the artists and the designers for the packs and the artwork and everything. And outside of that, everything's profit.
You know where we might see this, John? We haven't heard everything about Drop Arcade yet because they had to delay it because of other changes that were coming in December. So they wanted to delay Drop Arcade because of some of the background wallet storage kind of changes that were coming. But I think Drop Arcade might be the place because they did already kind of tease, and I think they've hinted to a couple people that have talked to them about it, that there is going to be some kind of physical element to Drop Arcade from what,
Which I think could be a real game changer for getting people excited about the secondary market as far as especially now, and another thing that Drop's done really well, like people are starting to, I'll be honest, it's easier for me. It's easier to buy on Drop now than it is on like Atomic Hub or the other places. Like I kind of prefer going through Drop, which I do for the most part, and the pricing seems to be a lot better, where it wasn't like that for a long time.
I think it's opposite now. I think you're seeing, because of not as many people are buying on, more people are buying on Drop now than they are.
I'm not finding as many good deals though on Wax. Or on,
I don't know. Like I find like I can find Epics sometimes cheaper, at least recent drops. Like a great example, like packs too. Like some packs are going for below retail, which is always crazy to me. Like people that, I don't know if they just want Wax or they use their credit card to buy packs and then they want Wax because they can't get the money for Wax or whatever like that to buy other things or do things. Because it's always blows my mind. Like even Beetlejuice, which was one that sold out, I found plenty of packs that were under $10.
Yeah,
which is crazy for standard. So stuff like that is always kind of weird. Like right away too. It wasn't even like wait. They were like right away below. I'm like, man, who's
that one was
out and needs the money, like the Wax instead.
It was a weird
$1.
situation, no doubt about it. And with I'll be put it here as well because I know several of these that and you get a lot of there will be a lot of 1,000-piece, a decent amount of 1,000-piece pops that are still hovering around retail. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's just it's not 100% about value. The issue is when you're spending $30 on a pack, so I'm kind of like with you, like I like some of these, like I like their own IPs, and it doesn't have to be Freddy's. I'm really curious to see what the festival one that's coming up. Like I don't care if there's any Freddy's in there, and I think that there will be, but if they did all just Christmas characters, I'd still enjoy it. But with that being said, you're spending $30 on a pack for a pretty slight chance at getting something. Like that is going to always be the roadblock for most people that just don't want to take that risk. Maybe people like me that enjoy taking the risk, it leaves that secondary market, that people could pick these up for cheaper. I think that they're still going to enjoy it. I just don't know if you're going to bring in new like NFT collectors when you're not getting something of value with spending your money. And I say it all the time. For me, it always is driven by the grail. When you have a grail that's, $200-$300, you could justify spending $30 on a pack with a chance at that. Even if it is a slim chance, you have that slim chance at getting that. But when that grail is only $100, and what Josh just said, many of the Beetlejuice packs are going for under retail because that grail is only $100, 90 something, I think, at last time I checked. And when it's sitting around there, there's not this huge incentive to crack $30 packs. And people that like me that enjoy the thrill of the chase, like it doesn't make me excited to spend, you know, 60, 90, $120 to get a maybe like a 1.102 whatever percent chance at pulling a grail. Even though I have done that many a times, I've pulled a lot of grails.
Well, Nick, they always pull 3 redeemables per pack because they're YouTubers. That's it. That's why you have to enter in your social security number, because they run it to see if you're a YouTuber or not.
Listen, if you watch them on the aftermarket, you know, and buy the packs on the aftermarket, they know.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Watch all of our videos that we did on NFTs. We do not do that very often. Actually, we've had some real rotten experience. Not a rotten experience, because I'll be honest, we still genuinely Brig gets more excited for the NFT pack opening than the mystery boxes. Like,
really?
No joke. Like,
why is that?
You know, John, if I had to be honest, she is a horrific gambler. She's got a gambling problem and she loves it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
actually,
and you don't have to keep anything else in the house. Like, you're probably like, yeah, we don't have to store.
Truth be told, I think that's a large part of it. Like, you don't have to look at all this stuff scattered all over the place sometimes, and it's kind of, you know, we enjoy completing the sets when the redeemables come in. We love the packaging on it. Like, it's fun for us, you know, and we don't go crazy on every drop. Like, every once in a while we'll do the 5 packs, or like if it is a Disney, we'll go like crazy and get 8 packs or something like that. But yeah, it's not every drop, and like I'm not a shill for every single one because we don't participate in everyone. Like you just said, the Sunny drop, I won't buy any of those packs because I don't even want any of those redeemables.
I'm scared to see a TV set go up, just because I feel like TV pops are not too sought after on the aftermarket, just for certain themes. So that's why I think that with some things they should maybe stick to more like
mainstream.
More mainstream stuff.
I was really surprised. All right, so just going back to one that just closed was Daria, right? It just had to redeem at least the snapshot taken and stuff like that not that long ago. But I'm surprised they didn't just make it, because Daria comes from Beavis and Butthead, a Beavis and Butthead drop. I think with the pops they recently put out with Beavis and Butthead, those would have been actually excellent NFT drops that probably actually would have done better than Daria.
Maybe they wouldn't license. Maybe Daria, you can't license through Beavis.
Well, it's the same. Though. It's MTV or whoever owns MTV now. I don't know who owns MTV.
Probably.
Sometimes they make it difficult though, that you would have to pick up that separate license anyway, and they probably had to do something with Daria if they wanted to make Daria. Because I agree with you. Like, now why not just kind of roll it in, kind of like what they did with some of the WB horror stuff. They took multiple movies, and I kind of like that. I like that.
I like that if they do more of a mixed line.
Yeah, I like the mix up. Like, even with this last
the
Batman, like the Joker is from the animated series, but most of the other ones are from, you know, like I don't know what the other logos were, but most of them were for one, and there was maybe 1 or 2 other ones that were from something different. But I kind of like how they mishmash that a little bit, because like I collect the animated series, so like I kind of want to pick up that Joker, but I'm not like, and I want to get Professor Pig because I think that one's cool. The rest,
it doesn't force you to be a completionist,
right? And I like whenever I don't have to do that. I kind of like that, but I also like when sets don't get completely insane. So,
yeah, a Simpsons NFT set, I think that would do very well. And Leander, it's definitely more gambling than mystery boxes. Yeah. At least with mystery boxes, you are guaranteed to get something. And speaking of mystery boxes, I think Professor Josh has a pretty nice drop tonight.
So just dropped tonight. I saw just a little bit ago we had our first buyer. So if you checked out Instagram and everything else like that, you might have seen that I dropped a $50 mystery box. Their top hit being He-Man, the OG He-Man, and it comes with the Chase Funko Soda He-Man and another He-Man pop. So
Josh, was He-Man in good shape?
Yeah. In good shape. So $50 mystery
My
box,
eyebrows are going up.
$55 guaranteed. 5 of the boxes are over $100.
Oh,
Lots of good vaulted exclusive con stuff in there. Everything from all 40 boxes at least has a picture of one of the pops that's in there. So you'll see the pictures all on the site as well. So if you just hop over ProfessorJosh.com, you can go on and buy it on the website. I want to do a website drop because I know a lot of people, other people that have channels want different. I mean, just like us, man. I mean, we buy from Boom Loot, we buy from like Pop King Paul,
Yep.
and
Oh, speaking of which, I gotta pick up the
like who else? Like we buy from a couple people, you know. Anymore, there's not that many companies that are dropping. You know, it's even
there's not that many good.
Yeah, like I'd say not that many that I haven't tried. I've tried other ones and I just don't like them.
Yeah.
If you don't like mine, I totally understand. Or give me feedback if you don't like mine. Of course, people that hit always like a box, but if you don't hit, if you still kind of like a box, like I think that's important to me. Like even if you don't hit, even if it's stuff you don't want to keep, I think if it's stuff that like you definitely got your value, everything's in good condition, you know, all those kind of things are important, I think, in a drop. And for me, that's what I wanted to do, another drop, because I feel like there's a lot of people that there's a lot less mystery boxes companies out there, and some people don't want to buy on Whatnot. Also, like I don't like dropping multiple pop boxes on Whatnot. It's really hard to do that.
Yeah, no.
With all the new rules, before we could sell them in the marketplace or in the shop on there if you were a verified seller, but they decided to stop that. I think too many people were abusing it that aren't. But if you guys know me, bought from me before, you know the kind of quality stuff I got. If you haven't bought from me before, I appreciate, you know, if you want to grab one. I also did it just to encourage, if you do want multiple boxes, if you buy 3, all the shipping's gone. So
that's pretty good.
It's probably like $20 in shipping, you know, that you don't have to pay, that type of thing. But $50 a box plus whatever shipping. 2 boxes. I think I tried your address, John, just to see what it would go. Like I know California is going to be more, but like I wanted to try something like East Coast and see.
Don't do our address because there's a surcharge. We live in the woods.
Well, no, it was like maybe for 2 boxes together, it was like $12 or something.
Oh, that's not
it's not bad
on there. So I try to do it. I try to check those kind of things with like the size of boxes we ship and those kind of things, because it gets weird. But we got a good variety in there. I got a lot of everything from Freddy's to Con Pops to NFTs to whatever else in there. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff, and also we need a new roof. So this is going to go towards our new roof as well too. We'll probably be dropping another box sometime in December as well. But I wanted to try this one out, and hopefully you guys have fun with it. If you have channels, I appreciate any support, you guys. If you have channels to buy, if you tag me, I always share. Like you can ask any of these guys. You can ask most of the other people. If someone tags me, I'm gonna share it. Like
I mean, if they don't like the box, just bash Josh, film it.
If you don't like it, if you want to call me whatever,
do a hate video, create some drama. I think it would be fantastic for everybody involved.
Drama gets views,
probably, help your channel a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, Reed has a question for Vince.
Reed, I can definitely help. I'm pretty positive that Reed has actually messaged me, and I will definitely follow up with you. It's been an absolutely insane week here, but I will follow up.
Funky Bob.
Jeremy, listen, don't say that with fun. I've got 3 of the Skeletor boxes that are still somehow shipping. Like it's been a week and a half, and it still hasn't found a post office that will scan it in anywhere. But I've got 3 boxes for that last Skeletor drop.
I will say most people won't ship till they sell out. I'm gonna ship whatever that sells over the weekend. If we sell out by Saturday, I'll ship it on Saturday. If we don't sell out till the week, if we don't sell out by Monday, I'm gonna have stuff ready to ship next week. And I'm not gonna wait for a sellout. They're ready to go. I just need to slap labels on them or put them together.
With Professor Josh shipping, he can guarantee you that he will, or that you will get his mystery box before you get your Thrill Joy picks. That's all we're saying here.
That
It
is
will
a
not be
very
in 2
good.
to 4 weeks.
That's a
That's the
good
Professor
possibility.
Josh guarantee.
If I take 2 to 4 weeks to ship a box, that means you didn't pay me probably. That's the
If you see a B Mariotti, just maybe don't send him any boxes. Just saying.
I don't know. I
What if he
mean,
creates a video? That would be
he
fantastic.
needs his
Would that
product.
not be
That would be-
hilarious?
that
that'd be
hilarious.
awesome. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'd love him to create a video, and he could see how his values of his former company have went different places. With
Yeah.
books.
So they also announced.
yeah.
Well, we've got the 5-year. Funko Hollywood has only been open for 5 years.
A shirt or a poster? Because I love this.
It should
Maybe
be
at
both.
the event. It
Is
might at
anybody,
the event.
is anybody going by chance? Per chance?
John, I was going to ask the same question. I was going to be like, "Hey guys, anybody out in that California region that
Asking
like to
for
run
a
by there?"
friend.
Just
I mean,
saying that we know a couple people that like Freddie.
They were sparked to wait to announce this, I think, too. Like, don't announce it weeks and weeks.
I'm sure as
before.
soon as they did, people are in line.
Oh, people are probably in line tonight. Who's in line tonight? Who's watching us live from the line tonight?
Oh, Alex, you messaged me? Oh, you're going? Oh, dude.
Going with, like, you have to go with your
Listen,
brother,
who's your
cousin,
favorite out of us three? We are going to find out in the next couple weeks.
Oh, no,
You bring
Vince
your
is
whole
your favorite.
family.
100%. I will settle for third. It's fine.
Shut up, John. You know you're getting it. But I mean, in all sincerity, I felt like we'd seen this one before. No?
It
Oh,
looks
it's the same mold, but it's not.
I love the black.
Same
balloon
as,
for some
I have
reason.
it right here.
Is he all glittery or is just the balloon glittery?
He's all glitter. I think his shirt and pants are glitter.
It's the
Yeah,
same,
glitter pants.
same
That
mold.
one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the exact same mold. Wow.
Anniversary mold or whatever.
Couldn't change it up, could we?
But it's diamond.
I mean, at least they threw some glitter on it and just didn't paint it silver and throw a low number on it.
Yeah,
is it limited?
Yeah, 3,000 piece.
3,000.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I like that.
No, it's limited, and I like the black, I like the gold, I like the way the box looks. I mean, yes, it's the exact same mold as we already seen, but it's fun. I like a nice fancy pants, Freddy.
Look, Mason's ready to drive 12 hours. You better start now. You might get there.
Is Mason in the country? Where is he right now? It's like, where in the world is Mason San Diego? He's in
Funko Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
He's standing in line as we speak.
I believe it.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to if you want to get one of these because I feel like there's gonna be people lined up like crazy because they get that just for regular stuff. It seems.
Oh, and special celebrity guest. Who's gonna be that?
Fluffy.
Gonna be I mean, we know. I
feel like Fluffy's always there, which is great.
Oh no, I don't know. They had a ton of people like recently.
Mason, celebrity guest.
What's his name? Well, we have another autograph pop coming up. Maybe he'll be the special guest.
Jess, like I said, I didn't even grab a screenshot of that picture because that is quite literally insane. But we can talk about that a little bit too, because maybe that's who we're gonna see. Like I said,
maybe.
Oh, so Alex has a layup trade for you. He needs the G.I. Joe Firefly NFT grail. So maybe
so do I.
in exchange for a Freddy and a poster.
If I can somehow pick up another one,
I might have an extra one.
You got to talk to Josh. Has got the he is the one to pick up.
Josh has got the goods, man. Josh is like step into my storage locker. What would you like?
What was the last one of the last drops, Josh? Did you not redeem like 45 NFTs?
You don't want to see because I did the hunt. I have to post all my videos for the hunt for Murray. But you don't want to see how many Stranger Things redemptions I have.
I absolutely believe it.
But I would say one of the things I don't actually sell any of my redemptions.
No,
I don't because every time they're going to be worth more than what they are. Right
Josh,
now.
I don't. I love when they come in and being able to, I would rather just sell them, even if it's at a loss. I know that sounds really stupid. I did it with the Mech Freddy too, because in all sincerity, I don't think I'm going to keep the Mech Freddy long term, because it's not going to mean as much to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
because it's not big enough.
Well, listen, I got a problem with 10-inch pops. No, but it's actually,
but you're
Get
not
rid
gonna
of
keep
four.
it. Like, that's kind of sad, though.
you know what though? Let me tell you why it's not. For me, if I wanted to do it for like flipping it, like I knew I could have made the most amount of money selling it immediately, right?
Right.
But I appreciate it enough that I want to physically like see, and it's only 500 pieces. I don't know. Yeah, maybe if I go to a con at some point, but am I going to be able to like, I'm going to take it out of the box. So if somebody wants to buy it eventually,
if you're
my
going down
little
the
hands are
road,
going to touch it.
yeah, if you're going down the road of like having that as like really good trade bait, I understand that.
Yeah, it's something that like I would like to,
or selling that to get something that means more to you.
and that's kind of where I'm at. I could have flipped it and just got the money. For me, I'd rather bring it in. I get to enjoy it. I might keep it for a little bit of time, and then
that's fair.
Especially with something like that, it's a 10-inch,
and that's cool too, because you will always be the first person who touched that specific one. Like, you got it in hand, you got to look at it, show it off on the channel. So I get that. That's cool.
So
yeah, and honestly, I didn't even do it for content because I could care less about content. I mean, as you can tell when you watch our videos, not that good at like making content other than my stupidity for the most part. But I mean, like, I don't know. There's something about redeeming the, like, you get it in a pack. It's exciting. You get to get the physical pop in. I've probably sold only a handful of legendaries, and it's typically I sell them to pick up the legendary that I'm missing is usually what I'll do. But yeah, I almost never get rid of any of that stuff because I'd rather just, get it in. Because even with the Mythic 2-pack that we just got, like, I probably will get that in. I don't know if I'll keep that because we run out of room, and if I can't display it, I'm not okay with just sticking it in a closet somewhere. I could just stick it in the closet and let it, but if I know that I'm never going to bring it out, I usually move it out of the collection because there's other stuff that I'd rather put those funds to at some point.
I find also, like, I don't think aftermarket prices change a lot for like the grails, and probably not the mythics at this point. Like, once they come in,
no, they really don't.
They're really like already the high kind of price you're going to see. They might change a little bit. I think, truthfully, all these other ones, some of them I'm playing the long game on. Like, even if I don't collect that line, I'm keeping the NFTs from that line, just at least one of each, because I think the 3 to 4 year mark, and we saw it with a ton of other stuff, right? Especially Freddy's and things like that. Like, the 1 year mark, you got the price, whatever, it kind of sets. But the 3 or 4 year mark is when then people already have it in their hands, and one, they're not willing to give it up if it's a low enough number, or they're not willing to give it up for unless they get a certain price. Like, and then that becomes that, and that's any collectible, right? Like, at a certain point down the road, and we can see this with anything that's it might not even be numbered. Anything that's from 2012, a pop from 2012, you might say, well, how many are out there? How many people are selling it? Well, there's only one on the market. You can determine your price, and you can set your price. Or if there's 50 on the market, well, it's harder. And right now with NFTs, a lot are coming in. So I think the market price,
the turnover is a lot higher right now, and that'll eventually, and again, like, that's kind of going on to what I said earlier. Like, these are going to be the ones that 3 or 4 years down the road, even if the Funko market doesn't even get like sniff what it was in 2020 and 2021, even if it doesn't get back to that level of hysteria, those more limited things that really, especially over the last couple of years, we're not getting a lot of stuff that's limited. I don't see a lot of the stuff, not saying none of the stuff, because there's examples of stuff already that have gone up a little bit, to be a little bit expensive. But, especially over the last couple of years, you're not seeing everything like just go to $50-$60 within, 6 months or anything like that. So I think the NFTs, because they are limited, I think that's going to be something that you could definitely play the longer game for, as far as value goes, if you're looking at it for strictly as value.
And Jeremy and Brian, have a great night, guys. Thanks for stopping on in.
Night, y'all.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that now. Like, I think we saw so many pops that like did spike, you know, going from $15 retail to like 50, 60, 3-4 months later. Like that turns a lot of people off. So I think because once again, going back to like, there's so many more companies now that are dropping collectibles, getting into the collectibles game. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with this Funmaker Mike situation now. So if things are appreciating slower, I actually think it will help the market long term, because if you see stuff having like spikes up and down, like that doesn't really give customers and collectors confidence. If you have things that are kind of like the old days of Funko, like, you know, you can see the actual like supply and demand curve go up at a linear rate from like 2011 to like 2018. You shouldn't really have stuff like, you know, going out of control, like spiking up and down, because then people get really excited when it goes up. But then when it comes down just as hard, that's when people get really upset and they get really frustrated.
Yeah, because
like,
they spend $60 on something, and
Yeah.
a month later it's worth 20, and you know that doesn't feel good.
But if something is going up steadily and it's like, oh, it was 15, now it's 25, now it's 28, now it's 36, like you can buy it when it's 36, and then like if it does go down to like 32 or 28, people aren't going to get as upset. And I think that's what happened with the pandemic and post-pandemic, is people spent a lot on certain pops that were restocked or that just lost their value. What also people don't realize too, really quick, is things simply lose value just because people don't have interest in them anymore. And I think people kind of get that mixed up with Funko restocking things and like unvaulting things, and just people just not caring. And like a perfect example too is like, look at all these Marvel characters.
It's exactly what I was just about.
There was only one version of their pop, and their pop like skyrocketed. Like the Walgreens Miss Marvel like skyrocketed to like $80, and then the show tanked. Nobody cared about the character, and now that pop is right back down to where it was, like $10-12. Same thing with the Jane Foster Secret Wars store.
Yeah.
The movie was coming out. People were excited.
I was just gonna say that one too. That one was at $100 for a while.
Went from $5 to $100 basically overnight, and now
back
it's
to
like
retail.
You know, $15, $10 pop again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like those fluctuations, like that creates like a distaste in customers and collectors' mouths. So I hope we get to a point where like I think I'm really hoping that like Funko can get into a normal, natural like business cycle. I feel like for the last few years, like it's just kind of like they're throwing things at the wall. Some things work, some things don't. They've had all this turnover at their company. Like I really hope we get into a nice rhythm of like, okay, NFTs are dropping, cons are dropping, regular stuff is dropping, stuff is normal on the aftermarket. You're always going to have things fluctuate out of control due to other outside factors, like the Robert Downey Jr. situation. Like he announced he's Dr. Doom, that one infamous Dr. Doom pop skyrocketed. You know, like unfortunately, like a celebrity or somebody famous passes away, and you know any characters of their pops go up because you know people all of a sudden want them, and other people are super greedy and disgusting, and you know raise the prices on those on eBay and stuff. So you're always going to have those outside factors, but the NFTs is like a great game to get in because they're never going to remake that specific pop, which I think is fantastic, and we need more of that. Now I do think that Funko needs to find a way. I really do, and I'm all in on the NFTs. I'm all in on limited piece con pops that are show only, that you know people can only get them at the con. But I really firmly believe that Funko needs to find a way to drop limited piece exclusives that are accessible to everybody without some sort of barrier for entry, that they can simply go on Funko's website, or even go to Box Lunch, or go to Hot Topic, or go to GameStop.com, and they can simply just order it, and then it sells out, and then that's it. And I think they need to bring that back, because
they did that a lot, John. They did that a lot. I don't know why they did. Like they did that with a lot of the Scooby-Doo pops, like back in the day. They did that with a lot of the Flintstone pops. Like, why are they not doing that? And listen, I don't want to say greed or making money, and I understand. Listen, they're a company. I totally get that, but they could have the best of both worlds. They can satisfy the masses that just want to pick up one thing for their desk at work, or, you know, for their shelf or whatever, you know, because they're doing a great job. Some of the stuff that they're putting out, like I was just thinking about this the other day. I don't know why. I love the dinosaur pops for whatever reason. Like they just announced these the little baby versions of them, which I think I had a slide here. But you know, I was just thinking about the what are they? The fossilized ones.
Mhm.
Then I'm like, how many people are archaeologists in the world? I went down a real weird rabbit hole. I'm like, how many archaeologists? If I was an archaeologist, I'd own every one of those dinosaurs. But the point I'm trying to make, like, they have something literally for everybody. Why not give collectors that still want to have a collectible and collect? Yes, it might not be at a maximum profit, but I assume that they got the process down enough where they could still make money on a 5,000 piece. You know, I was going to put the Winnie the Pooh thing back up, but I don't even want to open that rip that Band-Aid off again. But you know exactly what you just said. Have it where it's not falling behind something that, you know, have a limited piece drop. They could do it once a month. I mean, they could easily, right?
Yeah.
Easily. They could do 12. They made 2,000 pops last year.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think I'm even exaggerating. I think I'm in the ballpark. They made 2,000 different pops last year.
2,000 different pops. Yeah.
Different pops. Could they not do 15
No, they could.
limited
They
piece
could for
ones?
sure. And it's not just to satisfy, like, because people complain, right? People are always like, "Oh, I can't do NFTs because I don't want to open packs or I don't want to deal with that."
Which
Like,
which is valid.
completely understandable. People are like, "Hey, I can't take off work. I can't go to the cons." Completely understandable.
Yeah.
So I think it's not even just to satisfy the people that are complaining. It's also to satisfy the people who just want more limited pieces. And now on the flip side, devil's advocate on my own thing here, we could be in turn the ones being seen as greedy, because the heart of limited pieces is owning something that everybody doesn't own. So you want to have something that's special, but having stuff that's special makes a collection unique instead of just a pile of stuff on your shelf that anybody.
Well, the thrill of the chase is like what it's all about. Like, you know, me and Bree went to a pop store last weekend when we were out of town, and like we have 2 Moana pops that we've literally been trying to find for like 3 years now. And usually we check our local store first. That's like our go-to. If they like, we've built most of the, you know, the back half of that collection through there first, because we'd like to, you know, you'd like to be able to find it. I don't want to just go out on eBay, and sometimes we, you know, obviously we do, but it's fun to go look certain places to finish collections. Like we found one of the 2 that we needed. Like that's what it's all about. And to be able to, it's not even, you know, to just have something to be excited about, something to hunt over, something that you got to be on the website for a drop. Like that all comes into the play of the collector's experience, you know. And I think that they just they can bring that excitement back, even if they look at it just like they used to do giveaways and do like other fun things, and like the picture a day thing that they brought back and then got rid of like immediately, it like went away, and they'll bring it out every once in a while, but there's nothing consistent. They do have to start bringing the fun part of that back into it, because, you know, and no, I'm saying they have to, maybe they don't have to. And maybe that's what they realize, that they don't need to, and they're going to just make what they want to make. And it's just an unfortunate thing, because I think that they're missing opportunity, because yes, right now, I think that they're doing fine, but longevity wise, why do people, you know, why do you keep buying Chomps? Why do you keep buying Abominable toys? Why do you keep buying the Tiny Ghosts and stuff like that? It's also the people behind it. And we're starting to lose like 100% of that. If it's not the people behind Funko, it's the feeling behind Funko. Do you know what I mean? And I know that's getting kind of deep, but you know, when you start losing that, the further and further you get out, and more of the new collectors come in, and they're not getting that aspect of it, you know, you start to lose that. And as the next cycle goes through, it gets a little bit less. The next cycle goes through, it gets a little bit less. And then, you know, you start to go down a slippery slope. I think there's a way that they could capture all of it. They really can. It's not, they wouldn't be that far off to make that happen. I mean, if they ever want any advice, we have 3 gentlemen here and at least 100 people every week that have some great ideas. Just saying, I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking for a fun place to hang out and be able to collect and go hunt again and do those kind of things and think we
Yeah.
could have some great ideas if you guys ever wanted to collaborate.
You know what's funny though? Like I feel the weird thing about it is like seeing stuff. I saw someone post in a local group tonight. I think Burlington Coat Factory had some pops, and they had 3
Mhm.
chasing. They're like, I'm not going to pick these up, but here, if anyone's going, you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's interesting that like places like Marshalls and other places, because it's also giving new places to kind of hunt too, because their stock changes so much. Like I
Mhm.
feel like when you go to Target, the same stuff's on the shelf. If you go next week, like
Yeah.
like every once in a while they'll get something new in or different in, or maybe they're clearing out something and putting it on clearance, like that too. Like I remember one after, I think it was right after Christmas. Remember when there was all the different Spider-Man villains that were at Walgreens?
Hmm.
So I remember after Christmas they went on like super clearance, and they were like $2.50, $4.50 or something like that for a lot of them, and it was because they were considered toys or in the toy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they were just trying to clear out toys. So they had a lot. So I went around to like 8 to 10 Walgreens to find what I could, because it was like I have like this many in a 30-minute radius, like so every day I went to like 2 or 3. Like, what do they have? Can we find them? Can we do it? And that kind of stuff's fun to me too. It's like I don't think it's always the rare pop is kind of the hunt. Like if it's something you don't see often, especially something in really good condition, like a brand new pop's pretty easy to find online or even anywhere else. But like even a 2012 Disney character that you want to finish your line, like I don't know, if you see it online and it's in really good condition and the seller, like I would definitely grab it. But of course, finding something in person is really cool. Um, going around to like comic book shops, going around to other things that might have like a decent turnover of stock. I think
Mhm.
that's the key, right? Like if you go to a place and it always has the same stuff, you're not going to go back there every week. But if every 2 weeks you go there and there's all different stuff every time, and there's new Funko, new things, they get in new collections, they get out collections. I think that's important. Like I know a couple shops that do that. Like they'll get in new collections, they'll get stuff, and if it doesn't move in a couple weeks, they actually clear a lot of their stock out. Like I think they work with like Amazon or other seller, or like another seller, and clear their stuff out, and then buy new collections and bring it in and make money off the new collections and then clear it out or sell it, through Whatnot or other platforms. They might sell it at a reduced price to move stuff quicker. But I think that too is like then you're always seeing new stuff, when you go
Yeah.
back.
Keeps it interesting too.
I mean, and then also you get to see stuff like Savage does a great show on Sundays, and people watch his show because he has stuff that no one else is going to have.
Yeah.
He has things that you're not going to see, and people aren't always there to buy it. Sometimes they're just there to hang out and see stuff and see what there is. But you might see something you want or different they have. But
I see a lot of stuff I want that I can't
There's a-
afford, but
there's-
it's
there's-
super cool.
but
It is cool
but
to
it's
see.
cool that, like, yeah, he has it. You see it. You're not going to see this. Maybe you'll see it at a con or something if it's a bigger con. You're
Yeah.
not going to see it at your local comic book shop or anything like that.
No.
You're not going to see it at like some of the other places. So it's kind of cool to see that stuff happen too.
Yeah, Evelyn, you never know. Maybe they'll have a case of Commander Cody's just lying around that they'll just throw out on the Walgreens shelves.
That's what I still hope that every time I go to, I had actually, I mean, when I first started collecting, it was like 2019. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I remember going to a Walgreens and I'd seen a cane, a WWE cane from WWE. And that was a 2017 pop. I still remember it. Like I said, it had sat on this shelf for 2 years. Like nobody picked it up. At the time, the PPG was like $40.
What is it now? Isn't it more expensive?
It could be. Yeah, it could be. I don't know what it, like when I first started that, like I got that and I'm like, oh my God, like, because I remember first learning about PPG in like 2019 going into 2020. And I'm like, this thing is like worth a lot. I could trade somebody for this, like, or I could flip it. I'm going to be a flipper now. This is fantastic.
I'm a flipper.
And I'll be honest, I'm almost positive that I was able to get Brie fully on board. We found a Little Mermaid moment, and yes, she bought a gigantic moment. It was whatever. It was on clearance. It was like $19.99 or something like
Was
that.
that the kiss the girl moment?
Yes, the Kiss the
Yeah.
Girl was at like $95. I don't know where it's at now, but it was almost at $100 at one point, and it was still sitting on the shelves. Like it was amazing. But you know, it's kind of the point of that. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily, and it's not necessarily just value, but when you could see something that appreciates in value, and you know, I think having that limited stuff now is being fully in it. Like there is that cycle of going through it. And I don't know how everybody comes in to start collecting, you know, but it always starts somewhere, and then you kind of get into that middle portion, and then you start moving stuff out and rearranging your collection a little bit. But I don't know. There's definitely things they could do to make it, I think, more fun for everybody is really what it is. Because I still enjoy it, and there's enough. And I've said this a million times. Like if they stop producing pops tomorrow, there's still stuff that I could go after for the next.
I think they
10
need
years.
to. I think they need to start off with, and I think it would be a positive thing. I think they need to have the new CEO like come out, just make a fun reel, and just be like, "Hey, I'm so and so. I'm in charge of Funko now." And
listen, I think we could squeeze in another square over here. I'd be happy to have her on here. I would love to chat for an hour or two.
Yeah, just to introduce yourself, even if she's just like, "Hey, I'm so and so, and I love GI Joe, or I love Star Trek, or I want to be the CEO of Funko because I think
I would love to hear him say, "Hey, listen, like we're a business first. We got to make money. We got to do X, Y, or Z. But you know what we want to do? We want to like start doing some limited releases. We want to start doing some different things that are, they don't have to have like people. Speaking of Mike earlier, like you said, they don't necessarily have to have Mike back, even though I love the guy and I think he's fantastic as far as being a hype person for a company like this. There is a way that they could do this that I think that they just need to bring some of the stuff that they were doing before. They need to kind of bring that back in the fold to get people excited because we say it all the time. Like the best thing about cons and that kind of thing is meeting the other people that are collecting. It's not necessarily the Funko booth per se. And if once you go, sometimes you think it's going to be one way, and until you go to one or two of the bigger cons, you realize it's really not about the booth and getting in there and buying the
Funko booth sucks, to be honest.
It kind of does, but you know what doesn't suck? The people that you got to like meet up with that you've met through chatting and doing that kind of thing. So you got to have that.
I don't mean the booth itself. I just mean like the fact that you have to wait in line.
No, I know the experience of it
to get the items. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Not the yes. I was too quick to say it. Yes, as well that it sucked, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Like standing in line and.
Standing in line after you already had to fight the lottery system to get a time slot, or God forbid you had to pay somebody for their time slot. But,
I mean, I'm surprised Funko didn't have a panel at New York Comic Con about
other than the booth, they didn't have too much of a
Funkoverse something, like anything that you got going on, your new biddies, whatever. Like have a panel and have some fun. And get some fans in there and release something, whatever, your kind of like your Hall H whatever pieces, that you're not gonna put at Marshalls hopefully in the future. But release those kind of things like to the fans at one of these like hopefully San Diego Comic-Con they have something like that. Like, okay, how about C2E2? Like that's coming up. Like, are they doing C2E2? We don't know even yet.
C2E2, they do that twice a year, no? It's a twice a year con, I think.
Is it?
Oh, is it? Oh.
I'm pretty sure because, I mean, is it? Well,
I thought it was
what do I know? I thought they did. I thought they did it twice.
It's March, right? March.
Is it?
Or maybe, well, who's C2E2 run by? What company? What
I don't remember.
Because all the cons have their own like
Reed Pop or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like so you might think, oh, it's this, but just all of them are run by big companies now.
It's in April. Okay, thank you, Pop. Stop. I appreciate it. So it's in April. You know what? April sounds right.
February is MegaCon in
You know, it feels like it's right around the corner, or it feels like it's, but yeah, we're at the end of November already.
New York
how did
Comic
that
Con.
happen?
I feel like I was just there.
It was. You were just there. I swear. You were.
I could have sworn the same thing, but
I mean,
that
you were
was
only
like a
there
month
for
ago.
like less than 24 hours too. And
We were less than 9 hours there. What a whirlwind!
What a
that's
whirlwind.
great.
Well,
I mean,
we are
that's
here
an
in
adventure,
November.
though. That's an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of clearing things out, we are in November, and the new Black Friday sale drops
Tomorrow.
in a few
right?
hours, actually.
Is it tomorrow? Like
It's
officially,
tomorrow
like 9
at midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern. So
Get
I
up.
don't know why they did that. Like they could have maybe started
Do you mean
it
tomorrow or like tonight? Like
tonight. Yeah, tonight.
so at 3 a.m. tonight for us is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's when
When
it starts.
Vince gets up in the morning, he can go on.
Yeah, I'll be waking up by then.
So
I'm
I guess
kind of
they
excited
did it-
for it. I thought the last, we showed our haul off in a video. Was it a week ago? It was over the last week here.
Yeah.
I picked up some commons. There's definitely some stuff out there right now that I'm looking to pick up. There's a couple exclusives that I need to pick up as well.
The new Spider-Man ones that just came out. Those are cool.
Yeah, there's some good
New
stuff.
Venom.
There really is some good stuff. And, like we're talking about all like the value and, collecting and all, like some of that stuff I know is never going to be valuable, but we still pick it up. Like we've got some of the
But if you
holiday
can get
pops.
something for like 50% off or 30% off.
Yeah,
like,
30%
why not?
off is what most of the stuff was. But, there's definitely some good stuff on the shop right now. So I'm looking forward to see what the
You know what's sneaky sometimes too, and once again, like I don't think they do a great job of advertising like how good the sales are sometimes. Check the apparel section, like for the hoodies and stuff, because sometimes they have some really good t-shirts and hoodies that are marked down pretty good. And I mean, who doesn't love a new t-shirt or a new hoodie? And sometimes you'll find
like 50% off too.
Yeah, you'll find stuff on there that like you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that is definitely the time to start reaching those dark places of their website. Might have to pick a couple more of those bumbles up. If they put them on the super clearance again, I might have to pick up a couple
I
more.
want to do another 3-liter video, so if they mark them down again, I'm definitely gonna grab some.
So the key is do not buy anything tonight on the Funko shop.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't buy anything tonight.
Wait until at least 3 a.m.
Yeah.
If you're itching to buy something, go buy one of my mystery boxes.
Well, look at you, Josh.
That works. That
You're
works.
itching. You're itching to buy something.
I like the way you did that. That was pretty smart.
And more poo for everyone. Or
Poo for everyone.
I heard a rumor that there's going to be a new promo. So.
Oh no, I thought they showed it. Didn't they show something?
What was the rumor, John?
Oh, I didn't hear what it was. It's just the rumor that there's going to be another promo if you spend a certain amount of money. So.
Okay, well.
Hopefully it's a cool pop. I don't know. Maybe
I would think it'd be something holiday related
or something.
Yeah. I mean, they're dropping another poo tomorrow. Poo with
they are dropping more poo tomorrow.
Lots of poo.
Can't have enough poo.
You can't have enough poo, from what I understand, because we are getting this poo tomorrow. Listen, I love this poo, but this they put in this box. Like now, I feel obligated to buy it, which I am not. Maybe I'm gonna. I shouldn't have said I'm not gonna, because I might pick this one up. This is a good. I mean,
it's cute. It's probably not
good
for us, but it's cute.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. Maybe this is what you're gonna possibly get. Maybe they'll put this on sale, right? Sometimes they do that
right from the get-go.
Right from the get-go. There was actually a couple other. I pulled this. What's an owl house? I don't even have a clue what this was. And then I see a whole line. I know that some people are probably excited for it. I just didn't have a clue what this was.
Have a great night, Chris. We'll see you later, brother.
Night, Chris. And you guys don't either. So let's just skip past this. I mean, one thing. This is why I pulled Spike over here on the right-hand side. I do like the meme pops.
Yeah.
All the meme pops that they've been doing. I feel like that's a really fun,
They've been
line of
killing it.
pops. But I like that is Barnes and Noble like back in the game now? Is this like legit now?
I guess
Yeah,
they're
I've seen stuff at Barnes and Noble. I've seen some of their exclusives.
I have not gone to Barnes and Noble in forever. It used to
one
be
at
like one of our
Unreleased.
go-to places too.
I was almost going to go to one at lunch today. I was at Chick-fil-A, which is right across the street from.
Oh, love
Barnes
it.
and Noble.
Chick-fil-A.
I
Did
did
you get
not.
a sandwich?
What'd you
I
get?
got a sandwich. Actually, I got a free sandwich. They sent me something in their app that if you go to this location today before Thanksgiving, Thursday, we're giving away a free sandwich. I got a free sandwich and just added my fries and
Shake? Get a
I
chocolate
didn't
shake
get a
with
shake.
that?
I did not.
Really?
Actually,
you didn't treat yourself?
No, I upgraded. I decided to get a brownie and then get a little cup of ice cream and make my own little brownies.
See, you didn't do that. You went 2 steps better than a shake. You didn't say no. I don't need that shake.
They
I'm gonna
have
make
the
my own
peppermint
brownie
shake out,
sundae. Look
They
at
have
you,
the
Josh.
peppermint one out. The
Yeah.
peppermint
What?
shake out now.
Can't do this anymore. Andrew Johns. So you are not the only one that happens or that situation.
A lot of people felt duped, including myself.
Yeah,
I have a critical update regarding that. So
What's your update on that?
You got to watch my video tomorrow.
You dirty rascal.
But Andrew,
look at you guys promoting. You guys do such a good job of that.
No, it'll be worth your time. I don't want to put it out tonight just because I'm waiting for another email with more information. I have some of the information, but I'll be putting together a video tomorrow with a special update for the poo situation.
Well, now I gotta watch it, so I'll watch it.
Thanks.
All right.
You've twisted my arm at this point. Now I'm invested.
You know, I'll message you the timestamp of the video where I say the updates.
Could you do that? Would you mind? I'm gonna leave a comment on your
Just put
video.
in
I'm
the
gonna be
comment
like, can you just get right to the point for me?
I low-key hate people who do that. They're like, oh, they pulled Spider-Man at minute 8:32, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, you know, that is a very valid point. Us YouTubers complaining. You know.
So VW, I'll just say this. It was not a bait and switch. I'll have critical information for the entire community tomorrow. So
well, speaking of critical information.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get on this like right now.
Listen, it's only $250 for that sweet cool price of $250. You can have an AJ McLean autographed Funko Pop that's limited to 1,000 piece. Seems like a value to me.
Autograph, yeah.
Who is
signed? Not just autographed; it's hand signed.
Who is this?
Bruh, you don't know AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys? Backstreet Boys?
I did not.
It's not in sync, right? I'm right with Backstreet Boys. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, AJ was more like they were my boy band. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, see, I'm not the only one. Susan and Pedro don't know who it is either.
I wanted Chris to still be here because I wanted to see if
Chris
would be
would
a Rocks line that Chris would want to go after. Rocks pop. I know
he's gonna need this to stay complete.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Alex.
But it doesn't have a number, so maybe it's okay. It says SE, so it's not officially part of the number system of Rocks.
Still 1,000 pieces though. It still exists.
Yeah. Delivering in 2 to 6 weeks.
250. Woo. Like, I've seen others, and like Fluffy charges like $90 or whatever for his autograph ones, or a couple of other people. Who is it? Danny Trejo? How much was Danny Trejo's?
I thought Danny Trejo was like $90.
Yeah, I feel like $100 is maybe reasonable because of
shipping. Yeah, that's
not autograph.
Insane.
If you have any, but 250.
250 is kind of insane.
So maybe this is going to be the special guest at Hollywood.
Oh, maybe
I could see it.
Maybe. I mean, that's how you get like some of them sold. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's. I mean, I know there's been a lot of people that are definitely boy band fans, but I was never a boy band fan.
That's right. I don't know where I pulled the 90 out of, but.
So he's going to be there. Maybe he'll be there both days, Danny Trejo. I'd rather actually have Danny Trejo's autograph.
I kind of would too. I liked him in Machete.
So, Andrew, I see your comment and I understand how you feel, but definitely just still, if you got a second tomorrow, just watch my video because I think a lot of people are going to be very happy about this announcement. Some people, maybe they'll be annoyed, but
Very happy.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I think so.
John, I'm going to force you when we end this. I'm going to be. Listen, I will watch your video still. You'll still get your view from me, but I'm going to force you to tell me.
Hey, I haven't dropped a video in over a week, so I need this.
You've been holding it. You've been holding.
I need this one.
I need this one. I appreciate that, Andrew.
Well, I know what I don't need is this one. Like 250 is just too much. You know, there's very few people that I would pay 250 to get an autograph pop.
You know what I find really weird? Like the glam shot doesn't even have him like when he autographed too. Like, put his autograph on it if you're gonna show it. Like,
I like AJ McLean too. I honestly, Liz, I don't care.
He probably still lives in Florida. I bet he lives somewhere.
I like the Backstreet Boys.
At the end of the day, I mean, when you think about it, like 250, it's signed, it's a limited piece, 1,000 piece authenticated. Like,
listen, if you're huge, fan,
like 250 is not crazy. Like, I know there's a lot of other celebrities that charge in that range. So, and they charge for that range just for like any pop. So at least if you're getting one, it's 1,000 pieces. So like, yeah, it's a little bit high, but also it's not like insane. Like,
it's not insane.
It's borderline insane, probably.
Insane, you said. Insane.
If it was just a regular pop, if it wasn't limited to 1,000 pieces, I would say, oh yeah, it's totally insane. But
no, and you're probably right. I mean,
1,000, like there's grounds here for it being like, okay, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is.
If you want to see some craziness,
it's not something like we're not huge rock collectors, and I didn't even know who this person was. So, no disrespect to Mr. McLean here.
No,
but, he doesn't know who I am and never will.
No.
So it is what it is.
So if you want to know more about AJ and a lot of others, go watch the crazy Lou Pearlman documentary.
Oh my God, Josh, I watched that.
So
what
crazy.
A trip!
Oof, Lou Pearlman. I remember because it's like right down where I work right now, where Church Street Station is. It's where his offices were when he was doing all that.
Man, what a racket!
But yeah, you need to watch that. You want to learn about AJ and others. Like maybe you will want to buy the pop.
You probably should buy the pop after that.
That documentary, man, crazy. Was there anything else that dropped or anything?
Not really. There was a couple. Actually, no. Before we close out, let me put one thing because people were going crazy over this.
Oh, are you putting what Evelyn just said?
Let me see.
The SMI stuff?
No. What did I miss something else?
So there was an interesting drop that happened last week. I saw SMI had them, and I saw Ralphie's had them.
Oh, that. Yeah, no, I forgot about that. Yeah.
We should talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, we can.
I would like to hear your gentleman's opinion on that.
I mean, I looked at them briefly. So these are the unreleased Freddies we're talking about, correct?
Yeah.
But so what? I didn't really see too much about it. Like, what do they have? They have a couple
Ralphie's
of them, or
SMI was selling them. I don't remember. They were various different prices. And
right here.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so these are apparently unreleased Asia exclusive Freddies. They do come with boxes, which is cool. I personally would not buy them. And it's no disrespect to SMI. I think Jonathan has a great website, great business model, and everything. I would not trust anything that doesn't come directly from Funko. I have done extensive research on Freddy's, whether these were supposed to come out or not. I did not and could not find any information on these. So unless that information was withheld to retailers and people just very close to Funko, which could be the case, it's just not public.
Yeah, Jonathan sometimes he usually has a backstory though for like he's even had some like weird prototypes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
usually he has a whole lineage.
He might be privy to a lot of information that just general public we just don't have.
I remember these were leaked though. I remember seeing a leak of these and they never came out.
Yeah, I feel like they were all together, like in some kind of show or something.
Yeah, but that's Mindstyle. I mean, these are all Mindstyle, which is a very unique company in itself overseas. and I could see something being made. I'm just surprised Funko's allowing someone to sell them.
That's the
Right.
issue.
Technically,
Yeah,
and that's a weird situation. Like, I don't know if Mind Style sold them to people. Like, I don't think Mind Style would, because they don't want to break their contract with Funko and screw up things. I would think someone got these out of the where. I mean, it's kind of like the weird things where we see someone with 200 AP Marvel Disney sodas, that came from this guy executive that worked at Disney or Marvel or something like that came, you hear that kind of weird backstory. I could see this being like there was the batch of these that were made as kind of pre-production stuff.
It all comes down to it, and that's why I wouldn't buy an AP soda. It's just because if it hasn't been directly marketed and sold at some point by Funko, or at least mentioned, or there's lots of stuff that was specifically designed for giveaways by Funko.
Right.
This is just, I mean, maybe his prices aren't that unreasonable for their rarity. 130, 150, 130.
No, the prices don't seem like out of whack, but
bad, but it's not something that I'm personally interested in, just because I don't know. Like, I prefer the stuff come from Funko themselves.
You know what though? That's one reason I don't really like the prototypes though either, personally.
Yeah.
But there's other people that that's what it's all about for them. So yeah, this wouldn't be something. Again, I don't think it's not that I think the pricing is like ridiculous, because like prototypes, I see what other people charge for prototypes. Like
prototypes can get up there quick.
Yeah, like some of these are super like crazy popular, and the whole deal. But
here's the thing, this is where I wouldn't want to get burned as a collector. What if I buy this and then like 2 years from now they are released, and they're released for $15-$30, whatever, like it just where's the other, if these are legit, where's the other 999 pieces? They got to be out there somewhere. I mean, so I wouldn't want to buy it.
Well, we've seen similar things like this happen.
When there's something like posted, there were 75 of these believed to be released, or some weird thing like that, and I could see, I could see like there's artist proofs, like a lot of even the Chomps and things like that. Sometimes they have 50 artist proof ones before the production pieces and things like that. Like, I've seen larger, like, Tiny Ghost and other people like barely that have small runs. They have 8 to 10 artist proofs a lot of times release. So I could see this being there's 50 artists, like they're really actually artist proofs. They're not the pop. Then they decided not to release them, or something happened weird, or who knows what happened. Or like you said, John, they might come out at some point too, and these are the pre-production or artist proof ones, and it's hard to prove that. Do they have a barcode on the bottom? Like, I don't know if there's multiple like things showing those kind of things, because sometimes with those they don't put a barcode on them, or they don't put a JJL stamp, or they don't do other things with them. But there's always those weird things that happen that are out there. It's just like, I mean, a great example is the bait one, the monkey, Milo.
Oh yeah, that's another weird situation.
I mean, that's a similar kind of story, right? Yeah. But look at how much some of those Milos go for right now.
Yeah, like $2,500. Maybe this is a deal.
Sometimes $1,500. So I don't know. Like,
but I would but like if they didn't make, like, I would understand if I would actually think that they would be more likely to be unreleased and never going to be released if they didn't have boxes. But the fact that they have the stickers, the numbers, the boxes, and everything, like, does Funko have these in a warehouse somewhere and they just haven't gotten around, or does
but you know what,
have these somewhere? Like,
you know what though, John?
Like, they could be released. Remember we had that weird winter fun days.
But if you think of it this way,
last year, yeah.
What's a 1,000-piece Freddy going for right now? $80, $90.
Yeah, so it's not that unreasonable.
So it's not like it's not.
So if you want to take a chance and just grab it because you think it's cool, but here's the thing: like, I just think it's going to be hard from here on out to justify its value. Like, if somebody was to buy all these and then like a year later sell them in a collection, if there's none of them out there and they don't have values,
Right.
and somebody goes, oh, I paid $130 to $225 for them. I just don't see most retailers being able to be like, look, I can't give you more than like $20 for each one of them because they're not verified. They have no sales history.
I think these become part of the like prototype lore though. And it's maybe why they have it with their stuff like that. Because prototypes listen, if you got a prototype in a collection that somebody says they spend $1,000 on, they probably did spend would you give them $500 or $200?
Oh no, I
wouldn't take it.
I wouldn't
right?
give $1. Like I'd be like, I don't know what that is. Somebody could have just made that with a 3D printer. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. I think these are going to be the same way. If people like that, like weird, off the wall, they like the backstory that's not released, and you could just put it on your shelf and oh, this was that's what it's all about. And value down the road, no, you can't say it's going to be worth anything really down the road. It might not even be worth $150 they paid for it, down the road. But like anything that we collect. But
I mean, here's what I would do. If you want to play this for the long-term money, I would hope that Jonathan bought 20 of them or 12 of them even. Like he had to pay premium, buy 12 of them. You have to get a couple out in the market though, to test the market and get them going out there. And just like we've seen this with other retail, like people that have probably held on to some of the stuff that was like a much older pop that was really limited, whether it's 5,000 pieces or 1,000 pieces or whatever. I mean, Hall H Ahsoka is a great example of that, right? Like if you only could put a couple out in the world, the price of that couple becomes then this person buys this, then they sell it on eBay, and then it goes from 500 to 1,000, and then as an owner of whatever amount, you can then say, I can justify someone else bought this for $1,000. I can sell it for $1,000 now.
So we're setting the market with these prices of what we're saying.
A little set of the market, but also it gets them out in the market because then you have to have a couple people maybe help setting the market a little bit. I think like he might not be able to sell these ever for 1,000 right away, but if he gets 20 of these out in the market of different ones, then they're out in the market and they start buying and someone sees it and says, I want that now. I didn't know that they even existed.
Well, so I agree with that, but to truly test the market, and if he had multiples of each one of these figures, I think you have to start it off at retail. You would have to drop the first set of them at 15. No, hear me out on this. You drop them at 15. You just say, hey, it's a pop. I don't know what the value of this true item is. I'm dropping it at 15. And then a year, you let a year go, go from that point in time that you dropped them at 15. I guarantee you they're going to be going for like hundreds of dollars on the aftermarket, like you just said. And then you can justify putting the other ones on your website for, let's say this one appreciates to 250, 300. Then you could throw it on your website and it's going to sell like that at 225 because people are going to look at the PPG of the ones of the one that's already sold. Now, somebody could say, okay, what if somebody buys the one at 15 and they never sell it? Well, you do run that risk. Then you might have to leak out another one a year later. I'm just saying these are weird, but I just feel like to truly test the market and see where they're going to land, you have to start it off at retail price. Because by setting it at this price, you are effectively creating the market for the pop instead of allowing the people to create the market for the pop. You see what I mean?
I could argue both ways. I could probably spend an hour talking about how because I could see Josh's point. I think you set the market faster by putting it higher to begin with, and you don't have to worry that somebody might buy this and just. If it was $15, would you pick this up?
100%.
That's the problem.
But they would sell out, and here's the thing.
But would you ever sell it for? You bought it for 15. Would you ever sell that, Freddie?
Me personally, no, I would never sell it. So I'm the problem in this scenario.
You are the problem, and that's why they're not listening at 15, but at 150.
However, though, if I wanted to sell it, I would not sell it for 15. I'd be like, I'm the only one who has one. Make me an offer. See, and that's where that's when you see what the actual demand for the item is. If you set the price, if you say that this item is worth X, that's where it's going to start. And that's not technically fair to the people because we've never had a chance to get this. Because if Funko really did make this with the intention of selling this at retail price, then now a company is coming in and saying, well, I had to pay, and maybe Jonathan had to pay, Smart World had to pay a lot of money to get these overseas, from overseas or through whatever means they had to get them. So maybe he's going, hey, I had to pay $100 each for these. I got to double my money.
Yeah.
And that's just a business standard right there. Like that's understandable right there. But I'm just saying, like, if you really want to see what these are worth, you got to start them at 15 and just let them fly.
I think the biggest problem I have is that they actually put, like, I don't know if I would want to sell these as a retailer that works with, I'm guessing he still works directly with Funko and buys stuff from Funko. Maybe he doesn't anymore. I don't know how much he sells directly from Funko anymore versus like aftermarket stuff and that. Because I could see Funko being like, well, this is actually stolen property from our whatever warehouse, from our factory that shouldn't have been released. I don't know if they can do that where they say you have to take this down from your website or you're not allowed to sell this. This was stolen from whatever factory.
Yeah, true.
You can prove it. I mean, I would be very careful. Like this would be more like undercover, like not, hey, we have these. We
on the down low
on the site and everyone can,
because also, like, all right, so going based off of this statement, why were these discontinued? That's my first, question there. Has a at least 1,000, but it's reportedly roughly 100. That, whether that's true or not, I can't believe that. Like, how would
they
I
destroy the rest too?
And then, the other thing that raises an eyebrow is like the rest were ordered to be destroyed by who, why, and unfortunately, like, you can't take this for, it's reported, it's rough. It's like, this is just hearsay. Because, all right, let's say like Smart World has this information. They're doing their best to be, to be right by the customer. And this is no disrespect at all to Smart World. Like I said, great company, awesome website, good products, right? He puts this because this is what he knows about the product. However, like, who's to say at the last minute the other 900 weren't destroyed and then they're released 2 years later? Like, Smart World also puts himself in a tough spot because he could jeopardize his own integrity in the community. And it's no disrespect or no fault to his own because he was just going off of the information that he had at the time. So me as a business owner, if I was in his position, I would not sell these. I would use them as giveaways. I would sell them super cheap or just throw them in with people.
Keep them for a long time.
Or like, keep them and just see what happens. Like, he's got a lot of other stuff on his website to sell, which will hopefully keep his lights on. If he has to sell these, he has to sell these. I get it. It's just things with this many questions surrounding it. It doesn't make me necessarily want to collect it just because there's just a lot of questions, a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
So everybody who messaged me, there was a bunch of people who messaged me about it. People were posting the group chats. My advice was to stay away. And it's just because I'm not going to tell people to buy something that I personally wouldn't buy. So.
And like I said, you would, I mean, I think like prototypes and stuff like that are the same kind of deal. Unless you know lineage, it's just, listen, I would trust Jonathan. It's not that I wouldn't trust him, but you don't know where the information, and he's probably got like the entire story and he could probably give you the whole story.
Yeah. For
me personally, like, I don't collect prototypes because they don't interest me, and stuff that's not released out there. I mean, yeah, I would be just the same way. They don't interest me in that sense. But there are people that collect just, that crazy off the wall stuff, and I think that's kind of where these probably are gonna end up falling into.
And I have some super limited pieces, and I have stories behind those pieces, but they're all official releases from Funko,
right?
Or official giveaways, or like, I know the story behind it. Like, I guess for me, I'm just not comfortable with paying that high of a price. That's why I said, like, if it was $15, like $30, even $50, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I'll grab it. It looks cool. It's a nice looking piece right there. But like, it's a lot of money for me to just be like, hey, I'm gonna buy this and not know what the deal is. Because then, you know what it is too? I'd always be wondering. It would be sitting on my shelf, and I'd be like, man, what is the deal? And then it would actually drive me insane. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I have issues, but it would legit. You know what also bothers me to this day, but I had to get it because it's Star Wars, and this is a little bit of a different story. was the Sith Trooper from San Diego Comic-Con 2019. I have heard so many different things.
Yeah.
It was officially released by Funko, sold by Funko, but for whatever reason, they were supposed to come out with the regular version of the Sith Trooper, and that got canceled for whatever reason because Disney didn't approve the Sith Trooper design, apparently based on Episode 9 and everything, The Rise of Skywalker. But like, I know enough of the story there to where, and I also love Star Wars, and I also love Freddy's, so like it's kind of like the same boat here comparing it to this situation. But I've heard so many things. People go, "Oh, that Sith Trooper is only 50 pieces," and I'm like, well, how do you know? And they're like, "Oh, I heard from so and so." And I'm like,
I've always heard that about that one too.
yeah, and it's like, okay, that one is over $1,000 pop, but at the end of the day, here's the thing: that pop is over $1,000 because, or I don't know what it is right now. It fluctuates, from like 900 to 1,600 or get anywhere in between there, right? That pop is where it is because there's enough Star Wars collectors who are like, "Yep, I need that in my collection, and I am comfortable with paying XYZ, and I know that it was an official release from Funko," and that's why I don't feel like admitting it tonight, but I spent a lot of money on that pop and worked very hard to get one of those. But there's just so few of those on the market, and so that I feel like that's a good comparison. But there's still part of me that like walks by it every now and then, whenever I rescue it from the bins that it's in, and wonders like, why did Funko cancel the rest of this line, or why was the rest of them not released? Anyway, that was fun.
Fair enough. Well, guys, listen, we went almost 10 minutes over. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we cleared up the Freddy thing, which I don't think we cleared up at all. But I mean, regardless, I'm glad that we talked about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's Evelyn's fault.
It's Evelyn, we can't give everybody 7 minutes of their life back, but I hope you guys enjoyed that part of it. Let's spend just a couple more minutes. Jess, what do you have coming up this week other than the fantastic mystery box on ProfessorJosh.com?
Yeah, so we have mystery box that dropped tonight. If you have a chance to grab one tonight or tomorrow, please do so. I'd like to get those sold out this weekend so we can get them all shipped. But I would love to get those in the hands of everyone and have some fun with that. We did drop a couple videos this week. So if you haven't seen some of the videos, including a Stranger Things video today with some autographs and some sodas, and then we did some NFT openings yesterday, and then we have a couple others. I might put together a Thrill Joy video because I have my box lunch order to unbox at least. Maybe my other order will come in by tomorrow. I heard my first one might come in by tomorrow, so who knows? So we might have a Thrill Joy video soon as well too, along with a couple other, of course, mystery boxes and all that great stuff coming up. And then Thanksgiving, we are not doing an auction that Wednesday, so no auction that Wednesday.
Next week, no auction. We're not doing an auction, I don't think, either next week.
I figured everyone spend their money on the Funko Shop sales and then whatever else Black Friday deals you're getting and all that good stuff. But we will have, another mystery box probably sometime in December and some good stuff. So we'll figure out some fun of everything. And no, David asked, no PFO next week. I'll just go ahead and announce that while we're talking about it. We are doing our normal on Thanksgiving. We have not done PFO, and PFO has been going for 4 years, folks. 4 years.
This is our fourth Thanksgiving, now. And it'll be our fourth mystery box battle on Thanksgiving.
So get ready for a really good mystery box battle on Thanksgiving Thursday.
Yep.
To watch. Your family needs some turkey. All right. That is my spiel.
Nice.
John?
Unlike these two gentlemen, we will be doing an auction next week because
greedy.
Because we're terrible people. No, spicing it up though a little bit. So next week is my birthday. So Monday nights we'll be doing 31 giveaways on our Whatnot show. So if you want to win something, call all your Gibby Goblin friends. We're giving a lot of cool stuff away.
I'll be there.
There you go. You'll be there. We will have a bunch of videos over the next couple days. I appreciate everybody being flexible. I know some people were messaging us going, hey, what's going on? There was no Monday motivation. There was no video. Thank you. There was just no way And it was actually kind of nice in a way, just to take a couple days off from the videos, because Joanna and I worked really hard prepping for Toys for Tots and doing the extra videos and stuff. So it was a nice break, but I'll have a video, very important video tomorrow regarding the Black Friday sale and some information directly from Funko regarding the Winnie the Pooh situation. So yeah, and then I'm actually gonna be doing a special video on Saturday battling Teresa. If you guys know Teresa, Nerdy Tees Collectibles, we're gonna do a video together. And then yeah, we'll have some other stuff. We're going shopping this weekend for the first half of the Toys for Tots stuff. So I'll make a video, of course, with us doing that. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Beautiful. Okay, well, we have some amazing stuff that I'm not going to tell anybody tonight. So we actually have, we did our NFT video today. You guys can go check that out. It was fun, turned out swell. So that was a good one. We do have some good mystery boxes coming in over the next couple of weeks. So we have some good mystery box videos coming up. So you guys can go check those out. And then we've got something special planned for Black Friday on our website, which we will tease next week because we're still trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do. But we got something fun for our website, the Poppin Duo. If you guys want popcorn, I believe we have a code now with Poppin Duo. If you guys want some popcorn, but the Poppin Duo, make sure you put THE in front of Poppin Duo. But next Friday, we'll have something special for Black Friday. But really, other than that, guys, have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope everybody is able to spend time with their families, significant others, friends, whatever you have. Or if worse comes to worse, we will have videos, us three here on Thanksgiving next week. So you guys can enjoy those with us as well. We'll be happy to see all the comments on that. You will not want to miss ours. Let's just put it that way.
Ooh.
And I'm not dressing up as a turkey or a pilgrim or anything like that, but
just dress up as Joker again. No,
if you want to get what is going to be happening on Friday and what we plan on doing for December, check that video out. It should be good. Other than that, guys, man, thank you so much. It's been a long video today, or long. What are we doing? Live? Are we live right now?
We're on TikTok right now.
Still live.
We are still live. So, guys, thanks again for joining us this evening. We will see you guys not next week, but the week after on John or Josh's channel. I don't know which one. Josh's channel. I knew somebody would know. So we will see you guys on the Josh's channel 2 weeks from now. Night, everyone.